MLB The Show 18. First off, let's get you up to speed on one of our new features. A manager checks in with his ball club.
Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Today, Game 3 of this 4-game series between the Washington Nationals and the Cincinnati Reds. Who's going to win the battle between these two? We'll see next. Scott Feldman, the right-hander from the Aloha State, gets the call on the mound. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Batting third, right fielder.
In now for the Reds, Vladimir Guerrero. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. First pitch on its way. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. He's around first, heading for 2. Arms pumping. He's hustling for third. The relay, but he is in there with a triple. The speed they always talk about with this guy was on full display there.
Yeah, when you've got elite speed like this guy does, Matt, you don't need any help from the fielders to give you more time. He's thinking extra bases as soon as the ball gets to the outfield, and that time he wanted 3.
So now the Reds' cleanup hitter, Joey Votto, runner in scoring position with 2 gone. Guerrero on third with 2 out. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Harper has a read on it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. No damage done after the 2-out triple. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Vladimir Guerrero will start things off here for Cincinnati with Joey Votto to follow next.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Harper coming on. He's got it 1 away. So 1 away in the inning, and with that we'll get a look at where the Nationals sit entering play in the National League East race. Here's Daniel Murphy now. Over the years against Scott Feldman, batting .500, 4 for 8. He also has 1 home run.
It's really been an amazing transition for Daniel Murphy. Known more as an average type hitter, Matt, when he was.
Now Murphy belts one, carrying well to right field. And that one is gone. on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. A solo shot there for Daniel Murphy. His second home run of the game, as that'll pull him even at 4 apiece. Guys, we've seen 4 big balls between the two teams so far today. What are your impressions of the long ball display we're watching? Digging in once again, Vladimir Guerrero. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Eaton going back. And goodbye. This one ain't coming back. Two-run shot to straightaway center. Third home run for him on the year. As they pull even, it's 6-6 now. That's dinger number 6 on the day between these two lineups. I feel like I'm watching home run derby here, guys.
Dan, they're absolutely knocking the cover off the ball.
Leading off for the Nationals, center fielder number 3, Michael Taylor.
He's able to take the ball the other way here. High and deep to right center. But that'll be off the wall in right center. Around second now and headed for third. And he will make it in safely. He's in at third as the go-ahead run.
Well, that's one way to lead an inning off when the game is tied. The manager would have liked for him just to get on base so that one of his teammates can bring him home, but he does it almost all on his own as the ball goes off the wall and he hustles into third with a triple.
Ready to take his hacks again, Vladimir Guerrero, as he'll look to follow up the 2-run homer he launched over the wall last time up.
Yeah, Matt, that last one wasn't exactly a tape measure shot, but listen, a home run is a home run. I know a lot of pitchers, they call that a wall scraper in his last AB, but listen, it counts as a home run nonetheless.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap. Worth going back to the track, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And he is into second base with a double, his third hit this afternoon.
He's not going to complain, but he was thinking what the rest of us were thinking when that left his bat. Home run number 2. Didn't quite have enough, so he has to be content with the double.
Ready for another shot now, Joey Votto. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 1-2. Runner's on his way to third. Swing and a miss, strike 3. The throw. And it skips in as he steals the bag easily. So a good job there of taking third unannounced, but meanwhile the strikeout means 2 men are gone now. Riding in once again, Zach Kozar. And Dan, this could be a real make or break situation at this point in the game.
Yeah, Matt, at least scoring 1 run in this inning is so important to them to possibly get back into this thing. Baseball doesn't have a clock, but you only have 27 outs to work with. They're running out of those pretty quick.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Rendon is there, and he puts this one away for the third out. So a great job there of working out a potential trouble. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We've played 8 full. It's the Nationals 11 and the Reds 6.
Hey, it's hard to win games at any point, but to win games on the road, especially in this ballpark, so they are very happy with this win.
11-6 the final score in this ball game. The Nationals slugged their way to victory with 15 hits. Ryan Madson claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's it for us this afternoon. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshownation.com.
The final line.
From the Queen City, we're live inside Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Today, it's the finale of this four-game set between the Washington Nationals and the Cincinnati Reds. Two of the best bats in the business go at it next on the show. Homer Bailey will be the one towing the rubber for the Reds. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, Matt, in a day and age where runs are scored at an alarming rate, this guy's been pretty rock solid. Last three starts, ERA under 2.00. Not an easy thing to do, and you'll know if he's on early. If he's good and on point in the first inning, that usually means he's going to be rock solid throughout the rest of the game.
Right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
First offering on its way. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. Way up into the moon deck and out of here. A two-run blast to straightaway right field. Fourth home run for him on the season, and it's given Cincinnati a 2-0 lead.
Well, if I was the manager, I would tell my pitchers to work around this guy. I mean, he's hit 3 home runs against them in this series. What more do they need to see? 4, 5? Jeez, enough is enough.
Trying to pick things up where we left off, Vladimir Guerrero. He hit a 2-run jack in his first at-bat.
And that last at-bat when he went deep, he turned around a pretty good fastball. So I'm kind of thinking this guy's a good fastball hitter. So I might want to move that ball up and down and in and out and try not to throw it right down the middle of the plate.
Fellas, the Nationals, as they take the field here today, they're definitely in a nice stretch as they've won 6 of their last 7 ball games.
What an opportunity to get a chance to put our eyeballs on one of the best teams in baseball right now. This team has played so well. Their manager has been on point. Every move he makes is working. Timely hitting. Great defense. Good bullpen. The starters have been on point. This is going to be special.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Runners at the corners, 2 men out. And he'll step off the rubber and go to first. And he just manages to get his hand in. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Oh, now here's a drive out to the alley. And they'll add another as this is now a 5-0 game.
Hey, not a bad job of hitting right there, Dero. That wasn't the greatest of two-strike breaking balls, but you have to give this hitter credit for staying back and getting the barrel of this one.
Yeah, he did him a favor, though, Dan. You know what? With 2 strikes on you, you're battling. You're trying to protect all 4 quadrants. You don't know what weapons are coming at you. And his eyes lit up when he saw that curveball pop out of that pitcher's hand.
The 3-1 pitch. And he misses with it for ball 4. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 away.
What's the saying? When you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you should do is stop digging. Well, the guy on the bump obviously hasn't heard that one.
Digging in, Adam Duvall. He hits here in a spot where he might be able to put this one out of reach.
Yeah, man. Down 5. Another run across here could very well put the nail in the coffin. Mentally, they might still feel like they've got a shot if they could get out of this jam, though.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Harper is calling for it. And that's the 3rd out. So all in all, they're fortunate to give up just 3 in the inning as they wind up escaping the bases loaded jam. We'll go now to the top of the 3rd. The Reds lead it 5-0. Digging in to try it again, Vladimir Guerrero. He's off to a fast start in this one, 2 for 2, including a home run.
Even though they're up by a boatload early on in this one, you can't get complacent and get lazy. They got to keep the gas pedal down because this team that they're playing can strike and score a lot of runs too.
Therefore, it is Eaton, and he's got it for the 1st out. Time now for the Nationals' Road to the Show report as we get a look at a couple of guys making some noise in the upper levels of the minors. Ready once again, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll lead it off as we start the home 6th.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Here comes the first pitch. No balls and 1 strike. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Oh, and he leaves the fastball up there. Mistake in location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. So it's a solo shot to dead center, his 2nd of the game, as this lead swells to 7-0. So that was the 3rd home run for these guys today.
D-Row, some days the fellas walk in with their hitting shoes on, and this looks like one of those games.
Yeah, but there's
Ready for another chance? Vladimir Guerrero will start things off here for Cincinnati with Joey Votto to follow next.
This guy's having a pretty good week so far in one game. His last at bat is 2nd home run of the game. We'll see if they'll pitch him a little bit more carefully in this AB.
Swing, and there it goes. He got all of this one. Into the upper deck and gone. So a solo shot here to left center field. His 3rd home run of the ball game as they've widened this lead to 8 now.
Well, talk about having a day. 3 home runs in one game. We've heard about the hat trick in hockey, but it's awfully hard to do that in a baseball game. It seemed like everyone had a hand in this win, and that's usually the case when you win a game by 8 runs. Feels good to dominate a game like that.
9-1 is the way this one ends. The Cincinnati Reds jumped out to an early lead in the 1st and never looked back. Homer Bailey earns his 6th winning decision in this one, turning in 8 1/3 of quality work. Gio Gonzalez permitted 6 earned runs to come across in the losing effort. So that'll just about do it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, don't forget to check out theshownation.com. Almost set for evening baseball from Great American Park in Cincinnati. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds. It's Reds baseball next on the show. Derek Holland, an Ohio-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Batting third, right
So
fielder,
striding in, Vladimir Guerrero. He'll be trying to duplicate his performance from yesterday when he finished with a 4-for-5 line at the plate. Here's a high pop-up. Drury waits on it. And that ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Reds. Still no score. Digging in for his second at-bat, Vladimir Guerrero will start things off here for Cincinnati with Joey Votto to follow next.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score.
Is swung on and driven out to right center field. A ball that's well hit. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. Solo shot to right center. 7 home runs for him on the year now. As the Reds strike first, it's 1-0.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Vladimir Guerrero will stride in again, and you can bet he'd love to do again what he did back in the fourth. A solo home run here that's been the only long ball of the game so far. The pitch. And he goes with the pitch here and drives it the other way to deep right. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Nothing across here this half. Seventh inning coming up. The Reds are on top, 1-0. So stepping in, Jake Lamb, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Lamb.
The 1-2. Pulled high in the air out to right field. Guerrero is there to route number 1. Now a long throw to third. And he is in there at third as the possible tying run.
We'll see if moving up to third pays off for him. He didn't have to tag and go for third, but now he can score a lot of different ways. Doesn't have to be.
Jake Lamb standing in now. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind him, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
Here's the 3-2. A swing, and this one is blasted to right field. Nothing's gonna stop it. Way up into the moon deck and out of here. So it's a 3-run shot to straightaway right field, number 14 on the season, and it's suddenly a 5-1 ball game.
What a piece of clutch hitting. This team is holding on to a slim lead, and he blows this thing wide open with a 3-run blast. That could be the nail in the coffin.
Striding in, Vladimir Guerrero, and their runners at the corners now.
Vladimir Guerrero.
First offering on its way. Slapped hard the opposite way, but he will run this one down in right center. A tough L9, and the inning is over. Reds will be forced to settle for just the 1. Ninth inning coming up. It's the Diamondbacks 5 and the Reds 2.
Well, maybe a little bit of a problem is they had to wind up going to that bullpen quite a bit. 5 pitchers are going to combine to finish this one to get the win.
5-2 the final score tonight. The D-backs jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Taijuan Walker with his 4th win this season. Derek Holland pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but ends up taking the loss. Fernando Rodney records the save, his 15th of the campaign. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Dan Plesac and Mark DeRosa, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a special presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show. Live from the banks of the Ohio, we welcome you to Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Scott Kazmir, a Texas-born left-hander, gets the starting nod. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA. That's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. One good game, one bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
The 1-2 pitch. Hit the other way out toward right field. Guerrero has a read on it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. So a relatively routine start for the top of the first here. Now it'll be the Reds' turn, no score. Stepping up now, Vladimir Guerrero. He drove in the other of their 2 runs last night.
Guerrero.
First pitch of the at-bat. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And this one is gone. A home run. So it's a 2-run shot to right center. 8th home run on the season for him. And it's given Cincinnati a 2-0 lead.
Well, he hit a homer last night, too, so it's obvious that he's in a groove right now. My advice to this staff, don't give him anything he can extend his arms on. You do, and he's going to make you pay for it just like he did.
Stepping into the box, Vladimir Guerrero. He went deep in his first at-bat. We'll see what he's got in store for us here.
The last at-bat, Matty D, we heard this guy's a good fastball hitter. He got a fastball and didn't miss it. We'll see if they pitch him a little bit differently this time and mix in some off-speed pitches.
Pollard is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2.
That's one of those tough luck outs that'll drive you crazy as a hitter. He drove that fastball, but couldn't get it down, so he has to take hard contact as a consolation.
Here's J.D. Martinez. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
J.D. Martinez.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. High fly ball out to deep right field. Guerrero ranging back, and he makes a nice catch on the track as that ends the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Diamondbacks. They're down 2-0. Leading off the inning, Jake Lamb, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. But that'll be off the right field wall. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Every hitting coach in the league will tell you it only takes one swing of the bat to get out of a slump, and maybe that's what we're seeing right here. He's been struggling, no doubt about it, but he's able to lace this thing off the wall, and he's standing at second with some...
At the plate, Vladimir Guerrero comes in 1 for 2 with that home run he hit earlier. First offering on its way. Hit the other way out toward right field. Martinez has a read on it, and that retires the side. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. The three of us return with more Wednesday Night Baseball after this. Here's Yasmani Tomas.
Leading off for the Diamondbacks, the left fielder, number 24, Yasmani Tomas.
Skied into straightaway right. Guerrero on the move. Makes the play, 1 away. Coming to the plate now, Vladimir Guerrero. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Vladimir Guerrero.
Here comes the first pitch. High in the air out to center field. Pollock has a read on it. 2 gone.
Well, the skipper has to be pleased. They go on the road and win the first 2 of this 3-game series, playing for the sweep tomorrow.
7-4 is the final score in tonight's game. The Arizona Diamondbacks jumped ahead in the 7th inning and never gave the lead back. Randall Delgado earns his 6th winning decision in this one. Fernando Rodney wraps it up for the save, his 16th of the season. So that's a wrap for us here tonight. For my partners in the booth, Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. And for more, click over to theshownation.com. Afternoon baseball now from the home of the Reds since 2003, Great American Ballpark. Today, the 3rd and final game in this 3-game series between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Cincinnati Reds. Stay tuned for Reds baseball next. Anthony DeSclafani, a right-hander from the Garden State of New Jersey, gets the ball here. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. And every once in a while, he can throw some decent games in there. It's not easy having an ERA under 4 in baseball. He's slightly over that, but this guy's a better pitcher than that ERA indicates.
Up next for Arizona, David Peralta, having a very nice year, currently second in the NL batting chase. To right field and deep. Look at this thing go. Way up into the moon deck and out of here. David Peralta with a 2-run shot. Number 26 for him on the season, and Arizona moves out in front now 2-0.
Boy, when the leading MVP candidate steps into the box, I'm not sure.
Stepping up to the plate, Vladimir Guerrero. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Lifted in the air out to center field. Pollock has a read on it. And the inning is over. It's quite possible the humidity has finally taken its toll on some of the fans. Back with more of this Thursday afternoon business person special following this. Coming to the plate now, the pitcher for the Diamondbacks, Zach Godley. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Heading out towards shallow right. Guerrero moves over, and that ends the inning. Diamondbacks down in order. They lead it 3-0. So striding forward now, Vladimir Guerrero comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Hey, we're still in the early stages in this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
Martinez giving chase. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Ready now for the Diamondbacks, Freddie Favreau. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here it comes, 0-2. Hit the other way out toward right field. Guerrero is under this one, 1 down. Now batting, Freddie Favreau. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Freddie Favreau.
Hit in the air out to right. Guerrero moves over, and the play is made, but enough for an RBI as the runner from third tags up. And they'll tack on a run with the sac fly. It's now a 4-1 ball game.
Man, this is a spot where you really want to get greedy as a hitter. Bases loaded, nobody out. You're hoping for that big swing of the bat. What does he get? A sacrifice fly, and only 1 run scores. I'm sure he wanted more, but he's not going to complain about the RBI.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Zach Godley. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Zach Godley.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Runners off for second. Lofted in the air out to right field. Catch made here in medium center, and the runners breaking from third. So add 1 more on the sac fly, as that'll make this a 5-1 game.
Great work to do a job right there. He's not a big power bat, so he was looking to get a fly ball to the outfield and give his guy at third a chance.
So coming to the plate, Vladimir Guerrero.
Right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
First delivery to him on the way. High in the air out towards shallow right. Martinez has a read on it. And he makes the catch for the second out. Digging in and looking for more, Brandon Drury. He singled his last time up.
Brandon Drury.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line in right. Guerrero is over to his left as he snags this one. Into the box now, Vladimir Guerrero.
Right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
First offering on its way. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And a big sigh of relief on the mound as that nearly tied it, but this ball is foul. As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan.
Hits it high and deep out to center field. Back goes Pollock. That one is out of here. This game is tied. So it's a solo shot to dead center as we are all tied at 5. How about the work the lineups have been doing so far, fellas?
Matty V, this is turning into Home Run Derby Part 2. D-Row, 5 bombs already in this one.
So here's the cleanup hitter, J.D. Martinez. Struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0 for 4 ball game right here. Arizona down to its last strike. Now a swing and a fly ball. And this should do it. And he'll make the catch there to end it, and the Reds will salvage at least the finale in this 3-game series as the ball game is over.
Yeah, this game was decided in the 8th. That was a huge offensive fireworks coming into the 8th inning. And when the other guys put up a big inning like that against you late in the game, it's really tough to make any kind of a comeback.
This one ends with a 10-5 score. The Reds put a 10 spot on the scoreboard in this one. Drew Storen gets the win in relief, his second of the year. So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. To find out more, head over to theshownation.com. From the Queen City, we're live inside Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight, the opener of a 3-game series between the Miami Marlins and the Cincinnati Reds. Miami go to work on ending what's become an 8-game skid. First pitch is next. Scott Feldman will be on the mound for the series opener. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy's had a solid year up to this point. It's not an easy thing to do in baseball this year with all the high-scoring games, but this guy has an ERA of sub-3, and that's saying something. If he continues to do that, I think you're going to see a really good performance out of him in this one.
Ready now for the Marlins, Justin Bour. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Swing and a drive to right. There it goes. And this ball is gone. No chance to make a play on that one. So it's a 2-run homer for Justin Bour. Home run number 16 for him on the year, and the Marlins have taken a 2-0 lead.
Wow, not every call is going to go your way, and there are some pitchers that pitchers think are pitchers' pitches, and you don't get that, and it puts you in a bad spot, and you can tell that it affected.
So digging in now, Vladimir Guerrero. He had a homer in the ballgame yesterday afternoon. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Hit hard on the ground is short, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
Hey, after that hit right there, Dero, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better at night, Dan.
Next will be the cleanup hitter, Adam Duvall, hoping to stay hot. He had a couple of hits, including a home run yesterday. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2. Time now for a look at the hometown Reds starting lineup card in this one. Dero, what do you got on this lineup in the series opener?
Well, Matt, this lineup finds themselves down 2 runs. Nothing crazy. Everyone relax. Stay within the game plan. Find a way to execute and get 1 run on the board and get back in this.
Ready now for Cincinnati, Zach Kozar. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Zach Kozar.
The 1-2. And this ball's pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Back goes Ozuna to the track, to the wall. And that one is gone on a 2-strike count with 2 away in the inning. So a 3-run blast is straight away left, number 14 on the season, and the Reds have taken the lead. It's 3-2.
Yeah, he is kicking himself right now. He worked his tail off to get out of that jam and was 1 strike away from getting there, and then, boom, all that work goes to waste.
Leading off the inning, Martin Prado, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up. The 3-2 pitch. High fly ball out to deep right field. Guerrero ranging back. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. 3rd home run for him on the year. And the Marlins have come back to tie things at 3. Up next from Miami, Dan Straley, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Heading out towards shallow right. Guerrero is there, and the inning is over. So 1 run on 1 hit, which was the home run, no errors, and no one left. On now to the bottom of the 2nd. And we are all tied at 3 apiece. So stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero. He reached on a single in his first try.
Guerrero.
First pitch on its way. Now a swing as he shoots this down the right field line. And that gets down and ought to be good for extra bases. And he's in there easily at second with a 1-out double. Well, you can see why these fans are so excited about this rookie.
Yeah, Matt, just a nice piece of hitting by this youngster. Not only does it look like he's going to be a solid contributor, it looks like he may be an impact player at the big league level for years to come if he can continue to learn and develop. He looks good to me.
Runner goes for third. Pitch taken for ball 4. The throw not nearly in time as he took that one on the pitcher.
Almost looked semi-intentional there. The bad news is that there are 2 men on base. The good news is that an inning-ending double play is now in order.
Here's the shortstop, Zach Cozart, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. The 2-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Really impressive pitching right there. Sometimes as a pitcher you can get frustrated when you make a good pitch and you don't get that call from the umpire. But what does he do? He comes back with a good pitch and gets the strike.
Here's the second baseman, Scooter Gennett. Batter pitcher numbers against Dan Straley. He's gone 3 for 11. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Gordon over to his left. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. No runs, a hit, 2 left. 3 innings complete. The Marlins on top, 4-3. So here's the cleanup hitter for Miami, Justin Bour. A hit and 2 tries for him so far.
Justin Bour.
Feldman pauses. 2-2 on its way to right field and deep. Look at this thing go. And out of here. And I mean by plenty. That ball was crushed. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. His second home run of the game. And it's now 6-3. Now at the plate, Vladimir Guerrero. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Line towards center field. Ayers patrolling center makes the play. 1 out. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Vladimir Guerrero.
Vladimir Guerrero.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Stanton has a read on it. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning. So a big moment here, and standing in, Vladimir Guerrero. But a single here could reduce the deficit to only 1. Here's the first pitch to him. High in the air out to center field. Ayers is there. And that's the second out of the inning.
And everyone on the team can finally breathe a little bit easier tonight. They finally snapped that 8-game losing skid. Hopefully they can get on a roll now.
A tight one, 7-6, the final score tonight. The Fish earned the win, although in sloppy fashion with 4 errors in the field. Dan Straley earns his 6th winning decision in this one. Scott Feldman struggled and gets the loss after giving up 6 earned. A.J. Ramos hammers down the save, his 23rd of the campaign. So that's a wrap here tonight. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, this is Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, find us on Twitter at MLB The Show. Almost set for evening baseball from Great American Park in Cincinnati. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Miami Marlins and the Cincinnati Reds. It's Reds baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Homer Bailey will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, you can't always judge a pitcher by the numbers. I know the ERA is into the 4s coming into this start, but he's actually a pretty solid pitcher. And every once in a while, he could throw some decent games in there. It's not easy having an ERA under 4 in baseball. He's slightly over that, but this guy's a better pitcher than that ERA indicates.
Catch made in center. Here comes the runner from third. The run is in to score, and they take an early 1-0 lead.
Got his job done there and made it look pretty simple. Got it into the outfield to bring home the first run of the game and pick up the RBI.
Digging in for his second at-bat, Vladimir Guerrero. He hit a sac fly earlier.
Guerrero.
First pitch on its way. Skied into straightaway right. Gordon is there for it. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Some of our nation's young minds and future leaders here in attendance. Yikes. More from the show. Saturday baseball following this message and a word from our local stations. Digging in to try it again, Vladimir Guerrero. He flew out in his last at-bat.
Guerrero.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Ichiro is there. And that's the third out. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We're through 5 here at the ballpark. It's the Reds 4 and the Marlins 3. Ready for another shot now. Christian Colon. He got under one and popped out his last time up.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
Guerrero has to come in a few steps, but he has it for out number 1. Ready once again, Vladimir Guerrero.
Right fielder, Vladimir Guerrero.
First pitch of the at-bat. And he holds up here, but the pitch is a cold strike anyway. Hamilton at second. Peraza at first with no outs. High in the air out towards shallow right. Stanton is in a few steps as he takes it for the first out. Up next from Miami, Christian Colon. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. This one skied out toward right. Guerrero moves over. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
Well, that's why you pay the closer big money, so he can come slam the door quickly when he has to. 2 pitches, 1 out, and that game's on ice. Well done.
8-6 the final score tonight. The Cincinnati Reds get their 20th home win this year. Tony Cingrani earns his 3rd win of the year in relief. Edinson Volquez allowed 7 earned runs to cross the plate in the losing effort. Raisel Iglesias closes the door for the save, his 25th of the year. So that just about does it. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, and our entire crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way on over to theshownation.com.
The final line.